Before you close your eyes tonight, pause. Just pause for a second. Because the world runs too fast. And you, my friend, have been running with it all day. You've given pieces of yourself to everyone. Your work, your family, your phone, your thoughts. But tonight, before you fall asleep, I want you to give something back to yourself. Because here's the truth, no one in this world is coming to save you. Not luck, not timing, not anyone else. You are your own hero. You are your own story. And tonight, before you close your eyes, I want you to remember. You were born with a fire inside you. A fire that life tried to dim, but never destroyed. So tonight, as you lie down, breathe deeply and listen to this. You are enough. Not because the world says so. Because you decide so. Own your nights, own your mind. Because how you end your day decides how your next one begins. The truth is, most people end their days in chaos. They scroll through their phones until their eyes burn. They replay conversations that went wrong. And they carry the weight of what ifs into their sleep. But you can be different. You can train your mind to end each night like a warrior returning home after battle. Calm, collected, proud of every scar and every victory. Because the night is not just a time to rest. It's the time to rewire your soul. Think about it. Every morning you wake up with energy, plans, and ambition. But by the end of the day, you're exhausted. You've dealt with pressure, people, deadlines, and emotions. You've smiled when you wanted to scream. You've held yourself together when no one noticed. So when you finally get into bed, that's your sacred time. The moment when you can take off every mask, meet your true self again. Don't waste that moment on worries or regrets. Don't let your thoughts be louder than your dreams. That quiet hour before sleep, that's your kingdom. Rule it. Every successful person understands this truth. They don't just wake up with purpose, they don't sleep with purpose. When Priyanka Chopra was a teenager traveling for pageants and auditions, she used to talk to herself before sleeping. She would close her eyes and visualize the girl she wanted to become. The world saw her as just another dreamer, but she saw herself as a global name long before anyone else did. She owned her nights, and the universe listened. When you go to bed tonight, you have two choices. Replay the day's chaos or design tomorrow's calm. Think about an athlete before a big game. They don't go to sleep thinking about how they missed a shot. They go to sleep visualizing the goal they'll make tomorrow. That's how champions are built, not in stadiums, but in silence, in darkness, in the last 10 minutes before they sleep. Because when your mind is quiet, your soul speaks the loudest. Imagine a student who's failed a test. She feels defeated. But instead of crying herself to sleep, she whispers to herself, "Okay, I failed today, but I'll rise tomorrow." She plans her next study schedule, sees herself holding her report card with pride, and then sleeps with belief. That small shift from despair to determination changes everything. Because the subconscious mind doesn't understand failure, it understands repetition. Whatever you feed it before sleep becomes your reality in time. So feed it strength, not fear. Feed it hope, not doubt. Your bed is not just for rest. It's your battlefield of thoughts. Before you close your eyes, audit your day. Don't judge yourself for what went wrong. Celebrate what went right. Maybe you didn't conquer the world today, but you survived another day of pressure, expectations, and uncertainty. That's victory. Breathe it in. Let your mind thank your heart for carrying you through. Whisper, "I did enough today. I am enough today." You'll feel peace slowly replacing the storm. We live in a world that glorifies busyness. People compete over who's more tired, more stressed, more overwhelmed. But real strength isn't in exhaustion, it's in balance. When you start owning your nights, you take back control. You stop being a victim of time and become the master of it. Think of your favorite actor or leader. They all have one thing in common: discipline over their mind. They don't allow the noise of the world to enter their sleep. They protect their peace like it's their empire. There's a reason why monks, warriors, and thinkers treat night as sacred. It's when you can connect with your purpose. Try this before sleep. Close your eyes and replay one moment from the day that made you smile. Maybe it was a small compliment, a meal you enjoyed, or someone's laughter. Let that energy expand inside you. Gratitude rewires your brain faster than any motivational speech ever could. The more grateful you feel at night, the more magical your mornings become. Let's be real, life doesn't stop throwing challenges. Maybe your business isn't growing fast enough. Maybe your relationships feel heavy. Maybe you're carrying pain that no one else sees. But when you lie down at night, remind yourself that you've survived every bad day so far. You've faced storms and still found a way to rise. You've cried yourself to sleep and still woken up stronger. That's power. That's resilience. That's you refusing to give up even when no one's cheering for you. One day, you'll realize the nights you thought would break you actually built you. Every time you chose peace over panic, reflection over regret, gratitude over guilt, you were sculpting your mind into something unshakable. So when others waste their nights drowning in self-doubt, you'll be rewriting your destiny in silence. You'll wake up with focus, clarity, and strength. Because you owned your nights before the sun ever touched your face again. Your thoughts are seeds and your mind is fertile soil. Whatever you plant at night will bloom in the daylight. Plant peace. Plant belief. Plant self-love so deep that no chaos can uproot it. The world might take your energy, your time, your patience. But don't let it take your nights. Those hours belong to you. And remember, your mind listens to everything you say about yourself. So speak victory, speak power. Speak dreams so loud that your fears can't fall asleep. You don't need to have it all figured out tonight. You just need to decide that no matter what tomorrow, you'll rise. Because every night you choose peace over panic, every night you silence the noise and listen to your heart, you're training your mind to become unstoppable. And that's how legends are born. Silence is power. In a world that never stops talking, silence has become rare, even feared. People rush to fill every empty second with noise. Conversations, notifications, scrolling gossip, distraction. But the truth is, the loudest person in the room is not always the most powerful one. The one who knows when to stay silent, when to listen, when to observe, that's the one who holds real control. Because silence doesn't mean weakness, it means composure. Silence doesn't mean you don't have an answer. It means you don't waste your words. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone argue endlessly just to prove a point, only to lose their peace? Now imagine someone who stays calm, listens, smiles, and simply says, I understand. That person wins without shouting. That's the strength of silence. It's not about suppressing your voice. It's about mastering your emotions. When you learn to respond, not react, you take your power back. In your daily life, silence can be your greatest weapon. Think of a workplace scenario. Your colleague tries to provoke you, criticizing your work in front of others. The old you might have snapped back, defended yourself, or matched their energy. But the wiser you just smiles, says nothing, and keeps performing. Days later, your results speak louder than your words ever could. That's silence doing its work, graceful, invisible, yet unforgettable. Priyanka Chopra once said, don't be loud, be effective. She meant that presence doesn't come from volume, it comes from vibration. When she walks into a room, she doesn't need to shout to be noticed. Her confidence speaks in silence. The way she carries herself, the calm in her eyes, the quiet assurance in her smile. That's what people feel. You can do the same. You don't have to announce your worth. You just have to live it. Silence is also clarity. When you step away from the noise of opinions and the endless chatter of social media, you start hearing your own voice again. You realize how much of your energy is spent trying to prove something to people who don't even matter. You start to notice your own thoughts, the dreams you buried, the answers you already had but ignored. In silence, truth becomes loud. The world outside may call you quiet, but inside you're roaring with wisdom. Take the example of a student who's been mocked for failing an exam. Everyone talks, some laugh, some pity. Instead of defending himself, he goes silent. He studies in that silence. He practices, fails again, learns again. And one day, he tops the class. The same people who once mocked him now clap for him. That's silence turning into power. When you stop wasting time explaining yourself to others, you give that time back to your growth. Look at nature. The sun rises silently. The moon glows without noise. Trees grow without announcement. The ocean doesn't argue. It just keeps moving. That's how powerful beings behave. They don't beg for attention. They attract it naturally. You don't need to scream to be seen. You just need to stay grounded in who you are. Silence builds mystery. It draws people in. It forces them to wonder what's going on behind those calm eyes. And that wonder, that's influence. Sometimes silence is strength in disguise. When someone disrespects you and you choose to walk away instead of lowering yourself to their level, that's not weakness. That's emotional intelligence. You're saying, your noise doesn't deserve my peace. Every time you stay silent in chaos, you train your mind to choose peace over reaction. You stop being a puppet of your emotions and become the master of them. Think of relationships. There are moments when arguments feel endless, when both people just want to be right. But when one person chooses silence, not out of pride but out of love, things change. Silence allows space for reflection. It lets the other person feel the weight of their words. Sometimes saying nothing heals more than any explanation ever could. Silence is where love breathes again after words have done enough damage. In another example, imagine a leader surrounded by a noisy crowd. Everyone's shouting suggestions, opinions, doubts. A great leader doesn't panic. They stay quiet, they observe, they think. And then when they finally speak, everyone listens. Why? Because silence gave their words value. The more selective you are with your speech, the more impact you create when you finally speak. People listen differently when you don't waste words. Even in your personal goals, silence is the secret ingredient. You don't need to announce every plan to the world. Build quietly. Let success make the noise later. The greatest transformations often happen in private. The unseen hours, unshared progress. The silent sacrifices. The butterfly is formed inside the cocoon, not in public. Silence protects your dreams while they're still growing. The power of silence also comes from the ability to pause. When life throws chaos your way, pause. When someone tries to trigger your anger, pause. When your mind wants to give up, pause. That moment of silence between reaction and response is where wisdom is born. It's where you remember that you're not controlled by circumstances, but by your choices. Silence gives you back your power to choose. In today's world, silence is rebellion. Everyone's shouting to be heard, to be liked, to be followed. But the one who stays silent, who stays focused, who doesn't chase validation, that person becomes unstoppable. Because silence aligns you with your purpose. You stop performing for the world and start performing for yourself. You stop chasing noise and start creating impact. Silence also teaches humility. It reminds you that not everything needs your opinion. You don't need to react to every rumor, every insult, every challenge. Some things are better left unspoken because silence protects your dignity. The most dangerous thing you can do to someone who underestimates you is to stay silent because they'll never see you coming. And maybe, just maybe, the reason silence is so powerful is because it's a space where everything begins. Ideas are born in silence. Healing happens in silence. Growth takes root in silence. The world may tell you to speak up, to shout, to make noise, but remember, the strongest storms don't announce themselves. They arrive quietly and they change everything. Forgive so you can sleep light. Because the truth is, you can't close your eyes peacefully when your heart is carrying the weight of grudges. You can't rest when your mind is replaying what they did, what they said, and how unfair it was. Forgiveness isn't about saying what happened was okay. It's about saying, I deserve peace more than I deserve revenge. You forgive not because they deserve it, but because you do. Because carrying anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You deserve a night where your heart isn't heavy with old pain. You deserve a mind that can rest without replaying the past like a broken movie. Every night, millions of people go to bed angry. Angry at someone who betrayed them, lied to them, ignored them, or broke them. But what they don't realize is that anger doesn't punish the other person, it punishes them. It steals sleep, joy, and energy. You wake up drained. Not because life is hard, but because your soul is tired of carrying emotional weight that doesn't belong to you anymore. Forgiving is not weakness. It's emotional strength at its purest form. It's saying, you hurt me, but you can't control me anymore. Imagine this. You're driving your car and someone cuts you off. For a moment, you're furious. You honk, maybe curse, your blood pressure spikes. Then, a few minutes later, you realize the other driver is gone, unaware of your rage. But you're still upset. They've moved on. You're the one suffering. That's how holding grudges works. The people who hurt you may have already moved on, forgotten, or even justified their actions, but you're still carrying it. And every time you remember, you relive that pain. Forgiveness is choosing to stop the replay. It's saying, I won't let this moment lie rent-free in my heart anymore. Sometimes the person you need to forgive isn't someone else, it's yourself. You replay the mistakes, the failures, the I should have known better moments. But holding on to self-blame is just another form of self-punishment. Think about a student who fails an exam. If he spends all night hating himself, he won't study better. He'll just drain his confidence. But if he says, okay, I messed up, but I'm not my mistake, he gives himself permission to grow. You can't change your past, but you can decide what it means to you. Self-forgiveness is how you make peace with your own humanity. Forgiveness doesn't erase memory. It transforms it. When someone betrays you, you don't forget it. You learn from it. You learn who deserves your time, who deserves your energy, and how strong you truly are. Think of someone who was cheated on. The pain is real, deep, shattering. But one day they wake up and say, I won't give that pain power anymore. They stop stalking, stop questioning, stop overthinking. They focus on rebuilding their life, their confidence, their happiness. And slowly, they start sleeping peacefully again. That peace didn't come from forgetting. It came from forgiving. Forgiveness is not a single moment. It's a daily decision. Every time your mind brings back the memory, you choose not to let it poison your present. Every time your heart wants to hate, you whisper, I'm done giving you space in my soul. It's a process, not perfection. But each time you choose peace over resentment, your heart gets lighter. Each night, your sleep gets deeper. Think of a parent and child relationship. The child grows up and feels resentment. Maybe the parent wasn't around, maybe they were harsh or absent. The child carries that pain into adulthood, letting it shape their relationships and self-worth. But one day the child understands that people can only give love at the level they know how. Maybe their parents didn't know better. Maybe they were broken too. Forgiveness becomes freedom, not approval. Freedom. It's saying, I release you and I release myself from this story. In workplaces too, you'll meet people who take credit for your work, talk behind your back, or betray your trust. You'll feel the sting. But the best revenge is success, and success needs a clear mind. Holding grudges blurs your vision. Forgive them not because they were right, but because your focus is more important. Every minute spent resenting them is a minute stolen from your purpose. When you forgive, you stop feeding what hurts you. You starve the pain until it dies out. There's a saying, holding anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Every time you refuse to forgive, you're holding that burning coal tighter. Let it go. Not because it didn't matter, but because you matter more. Think about how light children sleep. They cry, they fight, they get upset, and 5 minutes later they're laughing again. They don't hold grudges. They let go easily. That's why they sleep peacefully. Somewhere in growing up, we forgot that art. We learned to collect pain instead of releasing it. But life isn't meant to be carried like a burden. It's meant to be lived lightly. When you forgive, you reclaim that childlike peace. You allow yourself to rest without resentment weighing you down. Even in friendships, forgiveness can save your soul. Maybe your best friend drifted away. Maybe they hurt you with their words. Holding on to that hurt keeps you stuck in a story that's already over. But when you forgive, you create space for new people, new energy, new beginnings. Sometimes forgiveness is the only closure you'll ever get, and that's enough. Forgiveness is an invisible power move. People expect you to hold grudges, to stay bitter, to remain angry. When you forgive, you confuse them. You become unpredictable, untouchable. Because now your peace no longer depends on others' apologies. You've taken it back into your hands. And the one who forgives first is not the weaker one. They're the freer one. They walk away lighter, calmer, unstoppable. Before you go to bed tonight, ask yourself, what's keeping me heavy? Whose name still makes my heart ache? What mistake do I still punish myself for? And then whisper quietly to yourself, I forgive. Because forgiveness is not about fixing the past, it's about freeing the future. When you forgive, you sleep lighter. When you sleep lighter, you live brighter. Dream like a fighter. Not like someone waiting for miracles, but like someone ready to bleed for what they believe in. Because dreams alone mean nothing if you're not willing to fight for them. The world is full of people who dream big but quit early. They start strong, then stop when it hurts. But fighters, they keep swinging, even when their knuckles bleed, even when their body is tired, even when the world laughs. They don't dream to escape life, they dream to conquer it. Every great person you admire once stood exactly where you are, uncertain, scared, tired, and full of doubt. But what made them different wasn't talent, it was tenacity. They dared to dream when it made no sense, and they kept going when giving up looked easier. A fighter's dream isn't a fantasy, it's a fire that burns inside, whispering, one more try, just one more. Think about an athlete training before sunrise. While everyone else sleeps, they're running, sweating, pushing. The stadium lights are off, no cameras, no cheers, just silence and pain. But they keep going because they see something others don't. They see the finish line before it even exists. That's what dreaming like a fighter means, believing in what's invisible until it becomes visible. You don't wait for motivation. You move even when you're not inspired, because discipline outlasts emotion. A fighter's dream isn't fragile. It doesn't shatter with rejection or failure. It bends, it pauses, but it never breaks. Think of Priyanka Chopra, who was told she didn't fit into the standard mold of beauty or success. People mocked her accent, her background, her choices. But she didn't stop. She kept fighting, not to prove others wrong, but to prove herself right. She turned every no into fuel. That's what dreamers who fight do. They don't need permission. They build their own door when none exists. Dreaming like a fighter means you stop asking, what if I fail? And start saying, what if I fly? You stop seeing obstacles as endings and start seeing them as training. You learn that the punches life throws at you aren't meant to destroy you. They're meant to teach you how to block, how to adapt, how to rise again. Every setback is just your strength being sharpened. Every failure is preparation in disguise. Imagine a single mother working 2 jobs, raising her kids, and still studying at night to get a degree. She's exhausted, her eyes burn, but her dream keeps her awake. That's not just dreaming. That's fighting. Her dream isn't about comfort. It's about survival, about creating a better tomorrow. That's what it means to dream like a fighter, to keep believing even when your body says stop. Because somewhere deep down, you know that pain is temporary, but regret lasts forever. In daily life, you'll see people who talk about their dreams endlessly. But talking doesn't build empires. Actions do. Fighters don't announce their dreams. They build them in silence. They're the ones working late when others are partying. The ones failing privately and still showing up publicly. When you dream like a fighter, you accept that the path won't be easy, but it will be worth it. You stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You start realizing that progress isn't about speed, it's about direction. Think about Thomas Edison. He failed 1,000 times before creating the light bulb. When someone asked him how it felt to fail 1,000 times, he said, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work. That's a fighter's mindset. Every loss becomes data. Every rejection becomes redirection. Every fall becomes fuel. Because a dream is not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to test your hunger. Even in love, in relationships, dreaming like a fighter means not giving up on connection, not letting heartbreak make you bitter. It means believing that love is still worth it, even after pain. It means staying open when it's easier to shut down. Fighters don't just fight battles outside, they fight the war within. The war between hope and doubt, faith and fear, giving up and going on. And every time you choose to keep going, you win a round. There's a moment every dreamer faces. That lonely, dark moment when nothing seems to work, when your effort goes unnoticed, when your faith starts to fade. That's the test. That's when most people quit. But not fighters. Fighters look at that darkness and whisper, I'm not done yet. They know that storms don't destroy strong trees, they reveal their roots. You are not failing. You are fortifying. Every struggle is building muscle you'll need later. In the journey of chasing dreams, you will meet doubters. Friends who won't believe, family who won't understand, critics who'll mock you. But remember, the louder their doubt, the closer you are to your breakthrough. Silence the noise with your consistency. The world doesn't respect talkers, it respects finishers. Dream like a fighter, and your silence will one day be louder than their noise. You can't control the timing of your dream, but you can control your persistence. Some flowers bloom in spring, some in winter. But all bloom when it's time. Keep fighting even when no one claps for you. Because success is quiet at first. It grows underground, in unseen effort, in invisible progress. Fighters trust that process. They don't need instant applause. They're after eternal impact. Dream like a fighter because dreams without effort are just wishes. And fighters don't wish. They work. They wake up early, stay up late, and keep their vision alive when others have forgotten theirs. They know that every sacrifice today becomes strength tomorrow. Every sleepless night, every lonely effort, every failure, it's all a part of the victory story being written in silence. When you dream like a fighter, you don't chase comfort, you chase growth. You stop fearing failure because you know it's part of the process. You understand that pressure creates diamonds and pain shapes warriors. You start loving the struggle because it's proof you're alive, proof you're growing, proof you're closer than ever before. Because fighters don't run from storms, they train in them. So dream big. But more than that, fight big. Wake up every morning with the mindset that your dream deserves your sweat, your time, your heart. Keep showing up when it's hard. Keep believing when it's impossible. Because when you dream like a fighter, you don't just chase the life you want. You build it with your bare hands, no matter how many times they bleed. Fall in love with your journey, not just the destination. Because the truth is, life isn't a straight road. It's a series of detours, breakdowns, and breathtaking views that most people miss because they're too focused on the finish line. Everyone wants success, but very few are willing to fall in love with the process that builds it. The sleepless nights, the failures, the waiting, that's where the magic happens. When you stop rushing to arrive and start appreciating where you are, you begin to live fully. Think about climbing a mountain. The summit looks beautiful, but if you keep staring at the top, you'll trip on the rocks right in front of you. The climb, the sweat, the struggle, the burning lungs, that's what gives the view its meaning. Without the climb, the top means nothing. Life works the same way. The pain you feel today is sculpting the strength you'll use tomorrow. Every delay, every detour, every not yet moment is shaping your story into something powerful. So many people hate where they are because it's not where they want to be. They see struggle as punishment instead of preparation. But the truth is, every phase has purpose. That job you hate is teaching you discipline. That heartbreak is teaching you self-worth. That failure is teaching you resilience. The universe doesn't waste pain. It turns it into lessons if you're brave enough to see it that way. Fall in love with the version of yourself that's growing through discomfort, because that's the version that's becoming unstoppable. Think of a student preparing for an exam. The long nights, the missed parties, the endless revisions, it feels unbearable. But when the results come, that joy is deeper because it was earned. If the journey were easy, the reward wouldn't feel special. It's the same with dreams. The struggle gives your success flavor. You can't appreciate light without knowing darkness. You can't value peace without surviving chaos. Or take an artist painting their masterpiece. The world sees the final picture and applauds, but no one sees the hundreds of ruined canvases that came before it. Each mistake taught them control, color, and patience. The artist didn't just fall in love with the painting, they fell in love with painting itself. That's the secret. Don't love the goal more than the grind. The grind is what makes you who you are. Falling in love with your journey also means being kind to yourself while you grow. You won't always move fast. Some days you'll doubt your purpose. Some seasons will feel like nothing is working. But growth is invisible before it's visible. Just like seeds take time to sprout, your effort takes time to show. The fighter who keeps showing up, even when no one claps, that's the one who wins. So wherever you are, don't hate your chapter because it doesn't look like someone else's. Everyone's timing is different. What's meant for you won't pass you by. But you must keep walking. Keep falling in love with the lessons, the small wins, the slow progress, the quiet moments. Because the beauty of your story isn't just in where you end up. It's in everything you became while getting there. So tonight, before you close your eyes, remember this. Life is not a race. It's a rhythm. Every sunrise is not a deadline. It's another chance. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to rush toward a future that hasn't even arrived yet. You just need to be here, breathing, learning, growing, and moving. Because the truth is, even when it feels like nothing's changing, you are. Every scar you carry, every tear you've shed, every silent night you've spent asking, why me? It's all building you into someone who can handle the storm and still dance in the rain. That's strength. That's beauty. That's power. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. Remember what Priyanka Chopra once said, don't try to squeeze into a glass slipper. Build your own castle. Stop shrinking to fit into the world's expectations. Stop apologizing for your fire. You were not born to be ordinary. You were born to be phenomenal. The world will try to label you, limit you, and define you. But listen, the moment you start writing your own definition, everything changes. Forgive your past, not because it deserves forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. Let go of the people who walked away. They left to make room for better ones. Don't beg for closure. Sometimes silence is the answer. Don't fear the unknown. That's where your next miracle lives. You've been through nights that tried to break you, but here you are. Still breathing, still fighting, still believing. You are proof that light can rise from ashes. You are proof that strength doesn't roar, sometimes it whispers, I'll try again tomorrow. When your mind says, I can't, let your heart answer, watch me. When the world doubts you, look in the mirror and say, I'm not done yet, because you're not. Your story doesn't end in pain, it begins there. Every great comeback was once just a quiet decision to keep going. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. The moment you decide to act is the perfect one. Fall in love with progress, not perfection. Build dreams that scare you, not comfort you. Remember, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. And when fear whispers in your ear, tell it you picked the wrong person. Because you are not fragile, you are fire wrapped in skin. You are the storm that survived every storm. The world doesn't need another person